Okay, so for the Summer Immersion Program, which is supported by UCANR, involving many folks who are faculty, specialists, advisors, etc., in mentor roles. A lot of our kind of initial contacts might be linked through cooperative extension, which is within that umbrella as well. Welcome to all of you, as well as to the students, both undergraduate and graduate students who are with us today. Let me show you a brief video, an example of a summer immersion program experience told in the voice of one of our previous students last year to give you a feel, and then share a few PowerPoint slides to give an overview of how the program works. At any point, feel free to use the chat box today or in the future email us, and we can always have a one-on-one or be able to follow up as needed to help make good matches between summer experience opportunities across the state of California that can really help to provide experience to students as part of their time at UC, and hopefully helps the mentors get extra help and raise visibility about what cooperative extension and UCANR and all its different components can involve. It's incredibly diverse, and it's a really important part of our state and our nation. Let me go ahead and share screen. Share sound. Okay. I think you guys are seeing my screen. What I'm going to try and do here, I opened up one of our experiences. If you ever want to browse the Summer Immersion Program website that we have, every student who is supported provides a small blurb and also creates a video. So I pulled up one of the videos here, but you can look through any of these for the past, gosh, 7 years probably, if you'd like to learn more about what's happened in the past, just to get a feel for it. Let me bring Christian to life for us and hear it in his words.
Hello, I'm Christian Bernal Cordova, a PhD candidate in animal biology at UC Davis. Today, I would like to share with you my experience in the 2024 Summer Work Experience Program, where I had the chance to collaborate with producers and farm workers in California dairy farms. I created this video to bring you along on this experience, and I hope you enjoy as much as I did.
One of the most rewarding aspects of this summer was visiting different dairy farms and interacting with farm workers, most of whom share my Latin heritage. On those farms, I conducted surveys to gather information about how they manage calves, and I was truly impressed by the practical expertise and knowledge these workers have. Each visit and each conversation became a great and enjoyable learning experience for me. I was also surprised by how easily I could build relationships with the farm workers. They were open, friendly, and eager to share ideas. For example, when I needed to check the health of the calves, the workers were incredibly helpful. They pointed out animals I needed, helped hold them in place, and even assisted with writing down the data. I also collected samples for lab analysis and then returned later to share the results. The workers were interested in learning, asking questions to understand better, and quickly applying the new information. This summer experience challenged the common belief that academic knowledge is the highest form of understanding. While academic knowledge is important, I learned that the practical, hands-on experience of these workers is just as valuable. This summer taught me that if we want to make real changes in farming, we need to respect and include the important role of the farm workers in the industry. This experience also showed me how important it is to speak Spanish and communicate clearly. Over the summer, I saw how these skills help me connect with workers and share ideas easily. Recently, I read a quote by Nelson Mandela about how important it is to speak someone's native language in order to really connect with them. And I found that to be true during the summer. When I spoke in Spanish, the workers were more excited and comfortable, but when I switched to English, they became much quieter. To conclude, I have to say that this has been a remarkable and enjoyable experience in my life. I left the program with new perspectives and a great appreciation for the farm workers' knowledge. Finally, I want to thank Dr. Noelia Silva del Rio, who is my main mentor, and Dr. Daniela Bruno, who supported me throughout the program. I'm also grateful to Greg and Travis Hooker, the farm owners, who welcomed me, listened to my project, and engaged with my findings. Last but not least, I want to express my gratitude to Luis, Cesar, Jesus, Andres, Jose Luis, and all the other workers who shared the knowledge with me. Thank you.
Okay, so you get the idea. I really love this program because it makes a huge difference in opening the possibilities of the world beyond the classroom during the summer when students have a little more flexibility. So let me very briefly just give you a feel for how this typically works. Summer work experience in previous years, now summer immersion program. And so this is a little bit of info. It's on the flyer, it's on the website also. But just to review, anyone across the state of the California who's involved with UC as a student, or folks who are linked somehow to UC A&R, are eligible to apply as a mentor or as a student. We are accepting applications now. We'll have a first look at the applications that have come in on February 24th, and then it'll be rolling. So people are welcome to apply through April 15th with an eye to what's happening this coming summer and with an interest in potentially tapping into some of the funding support that either UC A&R has provided through our program directly or through the mentor opportunities if they have separate grants and funding sources. The skills and kind of, basics that a student applying needs to have are listed here. A lot of that relates to both good academic standing, but it's also especially really an interest in collaboration, in active team building, in communication and stakeholder engagement, those things that are really essential for being successful in many of these types of jobs in the longer term. So this is a really special opportunity to really kind of see the role models in action, to be able to understand what it might be like if you were to explore this type of thing for a career beyond this particular summer experience. And some students have stayed involved longer than the summer or gone on to apply for jobs in the future, built it into projects that you're doing in class. Lots of possibilities there. So feel free to think about, does this make sense for you? And then if so, put in an application to see where that might lead. A whole variety of different types of activities and experiences that might be involved. As we heard from some of our mentors describing their interests already, it doesn't need to be just livestock agriculture like you saw with Christian's video. It could be crops, it could be water, environment, nutrition, stakeholder engagement, pest management, all sorts of things. So I love the diversity, and really some students who get involved just, find when they see the list of mentor opportunities that we share, they realize, oh, I had no idea that was possible. I'd love to try that and just see what might be involved. And those skills can work quite well. The role of cooperative extension, the RECs, UCANR more broadly is really essential to the state of California, to the nation and world more broadly. These are just a few quick examples of some of the programs that really focus on the natural resources that we have here and how we can work together across our different areas of expertise to try and have a longer term view to management and success and both the economic and cultural implications that our resources provide. So it's really important, and it's a very special thing to be able to immerse in this type of opportunity for the summer, if you're a student on this call today. The University of California is a land grant university system. For folks who might not have thought about what that means, it means that it is our job while we're here with the University of California across all the campuses and facilities we have to think about the mission that could involve teaching, research, and extension and service. So it's pretty important. It's a little different than some of the very targeted university systems or individual colleges that exist around the world. And we came to be because we have an important role in the state of California. So for folks who've not heard of this before, feel free to learn a little bit more. It's a special part of being here. The Center for Planetary Health is within the University of California Global Health Institute. We work across all 10 campuses. All the UC facilities are very welcome to be involved. And this is something that started with kind of a climate and health focus, but really has evolved into a lot more of agriculture in its many forms, population health in its many forms, farming in the 21st century, Latinx and the environment. Those are a couple of our key areas that we do a lot of work to amplify opportunities for training and for research for students and faculty and staff across the UC system. We will have a specific little research grant coming open for fellowships for students with a special interest in water and health next week. So, we try and just roll out possibilities and see who we might involve in the different courses we do. We have a 2-week field course in the summer called RX1 Health, where we take a group of 20 to 30 graduate UC students and also folks from around the world, early professionals as well, and immerse in what is this One Health approach, what is planetary health, and we go to several different locations in California. So just an example of the types of things that we do in this role. And the reason I think it's important is we need this One Health idea, right? The health of people, animals, and the environment is all connected in different ways. And these cross-cutting themes that you see in the image here, the graphic, are really important, but aren't something that we always talk about, right? Education and behavior change, economics and policy, culture and society, climate and environmental aspects of these different health issues that may arise. Those are part of the decision making that we as individuals, as well as organizations, make every day. So we have to address those as we talk about health problems that we want to improve, or we come up with solutions. They need to be integrated in what makes sense for the communities. Otherwise, they won't work. And that's really capturing this One Health idea. How do we work together more collaboratively to be able to adapt, change, work together going forward so that we navigate how we can have healthy populations. We know that change is happening at increasing rates, and we really recognize the role of the University of California in being part of those solutions. What can we do together that we might not be able to do as individuals? A lot of the things that we heard in examples of summer experiences relate to connectivity or systems thinking. So if you think about this image, it happens to be on the coast, but it could be anywhere in California. There are areas that are focused on agricultural land use, areas that might have more development for houses and towns or cities, natural watersheds that are upstream, that are flowing down with the water to eventually get into the ocean if there's connections. My special interest is water and health, so I work on the different parts of this system. But it's just an example that we are all connected, and as we understand how the parts of this system work, we can come up with more integrated solutions that make sense for the people, animals, and environment. So let's take a deeper dive very briefly on the Summer Immersion Program logistics. Any UC student can apply as long as you will be a UC student during summer 2025. If you're graduating in June, you will not be eligible to participate unless you're already going into a graduate program here. The folks who are applying as mentors do need to be somehow affiliated with UCANR or UC Cooperative Extension. We can help. It can be a team mentoring approach. So sometimes you'll have mentors who are not with UCANR as well as ones who are. That can be an interesting collaboration and can still involve students. So if you have ideas or questions, reach out to us and we can explore what might be possible. The summer placements can be part-time or full-time. They can be a month, they can be the full summer. It's pretty flexible based on what the mentors need and that students have as their availability. Yes. The field offices or the project sites can be across the state of California. And then for students who are awarded funding, they'll make a video like you saw for Christian to help capture their experience. So that's a little bit about some of the basics for the program. And then just tips that we are always thinking about, health and safety is the most important thing, of course, for everybody. But we really want to encourage the students, especially, to really fully engage, take advantage of this special opportunity. Don't be afraid to ask questions, both to our planning team if we're involved in helping you find a good placement, but also during the summer, really make the most of those opportunities. So that's the kind of tips that I wanted to share. The applications have been posted in the chat already today. We have a website that can provide more information, and the email that you see, you're very welcome to reach out to. If you have ideas or questions, that's already been an active conversation with a number of students and mentors. We're very happy to do that as we go forward. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop my share here and have a look. Okay, so anyone who might have joined late, feel free to go to the website, or Mary can repost them as well. But the website will have basic information that is really helpful. So no problem there at all if you've joined partway through. I'll go ahead and stop our recording here.